Hello and welcome to round 13 of Pro 14 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, and thank you very much for joining me. So we've got through the derby games and we're now in, and over the Christmas period, so now we're back into sort of normality with one round before we head back to the European competitions. Will some teams rest players? We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think it's going to impact that too much this weekend though. So first up, Scarlets host Dragons, and let's be honest, this is Scarlets win all the way. I'm backing Scarlets by about 14. They've been winning over a lot of games, but not generally by big margins. If we have a quick sort of look over the last, beat Cardiff by 3, beat Ospreys by 3, Kings by 4, Benetton by 12, Cardiff Blues by 13. They've not really had big blowout wins, but they have been on the right side of the scoreboard for the majority of the time. They're perfect at home, 6 from 6. Dragons just got the Tours 2 wins. And a draw. So, yep, say Scarlets win all the way, but not by a massive victory, not by a massive margin, because that's not really Scarlets. It hasn't been sort of Scarlets style or method operandum so far. Next up, Edinburgh host the Kings. Now, Kings 10 losses from 10 games, so this is easily Edinburgh by 20 at home. Edinburgh aren't the side that Scarlets are, but when they do win big. They beat the Kings on the road by 27 points. They've beaten Ospreys at home by 27 points, but they have also lost to Scarlets by 20 points, lost to Cheetahs by 20 points. So they can rack up some big margins sometimes, hence that's why I know Edinburgh aren't as good as Scarlets, but I still think they'll get a bigger margin there. Heading on into Saturday, Benetton Treviso host Cheetahs. Now Cheetahs are the better of these two sides, but they just don't travel well. Only one win on the road so far, and that was against Zebre. That's only by 1 point. Benetton have just beaten Zebre home and away by 13 and 4 points, so I think at home Zebre should sneak this one. I'm backing Zebre by 3. This will be one of Benetton's best ever seasons. If they get this one out, get them up to 6 wins out of their 13 games, which is a fantastic result for them. Then we head over to Wales, where the Ospreys will host Cardiff. Cardiff, who I went against last weekend, and then they beat Dragons. And apparently I had an absolute implosion because the majority of people went the other way. So clearly I went for the upset there and got it wrong. And you could say Cardiff are having a better season than Ospreys. They've had 5 wins compared to Ospreys 3. But if we have a quick look at those wins, they've been against Dragons, Connacht, Zebre, Dragons, Connacht. So, yeah, basically lowered sides. But then again, Ospreys are as well. Ospreys again only got 3 victories, Zebre and 2 against Dragons. So I think this one is going to be a close affair. Neither of these sides are particularly good this season, but I think Ospreys with home advantage will nick it. I'd go the other way if it wasn't in Cardiff. Zebre host. Zebre host Glasgow. I don't know. Had a bit of a blank there. And you've got to say Glasgow by 10 here. Zebre have only had 3 wins all season. Glasgow just that 1 loss so far, so 11 wins out of 12, just 1 loss to Edinburgh by a single point. So yeah, Glasgow by 10, a nice win on the road there. Leinster host Ulster, and you've got to say, this is probably a game that gives you an idea as to how we see the Pro 14. I'm going to back Leinster by 10 in this one. You can't really see Ulster winning this. They've been so up and down. And yet, if we look at the table, Ulster are in 3rd in Group B and Leinster are in 2nd in Group B. So it should be a good top end of the table clash. But in reality, with the Pro 14, we've got 4 good teams in Glasgow, Munster, Scarlets and Leinster. I mean, very good teams. Then you've got kind of Cheetahs who are good at home and poor away, Ulster who are up and down all over the place, and then basically a bunch of not very good teams. And that's the problem with the Pro 14, I think, really. So Leinster by 10 at home, comfortable win. To finish off the round, we have Munster hosting Connacht. Munster coming off the back of 2 losses over the Christmas or the festive period, at home to Leinster and then away to Ulster. So Connacht at home is one that they should win, and I'm backing them by 7, but they really aren't performing at the moment, and there's a lot of discontent coming out of Munster from the fans around from both those performances, or at least a half in each of those games. So that's how I see things going. Always up for good rugby chat. Let me know your thoughts down below, or you can catch me on Twitter at DrivingMaul.